In my last video about the benefits of journaling, I touched on the main purpose of journaling, which is to increase our level of consciousness. So I want to talk a little bit about what it actually means to be a conscious person, why it matters, right? So what is consciousness? I put forward that consciousness is describing the depth to which we accurately perceive the reality of our life experience, of our living experience. So this is the kind of beliefs you hold, the choices you make every day, the thoughts you have, and the feelings you feel. So all of that kind of is human, really elemental things to the human experience that present themselves to you. But it's not only about the awareness of yourself in those regards, but also about the awareness you have of other people in those regards, right? So, and there's no limit to the depth of consciousness or the depth of awareness you can have, for both yourself and others. And of course, it depends mainly on the kind of self-awareness you have. Only to the degree that you are aware of your own of yourself in those regards are you going to be able to extend that to others, right? So if you are a conscious person, then you are going to present in general a high degree of awareness about the kind of choices you make and the reasons for them. You are going to have an understanding of the history in regards to why you make these choices, and in the same way regarding beliefs you hold, and maybe even that you're going to explore the kinds of dreams you have and the reason for why you might dream something, and get understanding or have understanding in that way. And so, and if you're conscious then of yourself in these kinds of ways, you are more likely to be conscious of other people in the same regard. So you're going to be generally more empathetic and understand people's intentions they have, and their thoughts, their feelings. You're going to be more present in the moment with people, right? So if you're an unconscious person, we would say that that person might have either no real perception of reasons, of background knowledge about beliefs and values that are being held, and you would be, or even you have a perception that is inaccurate, right? So I wouldn't consider it. I think in general, nobody would consider a person a conscious person if that person has false beliefs, if there is a false assessment of why choices are being made. So why is it important to be conscious? Why is it a worthy goal to increase one's level of consciousness? So if we take an analogy of a physicist, for example, right? So in the realm of physics, a person who is more aware, more knowledgeable about the laws of physics, about certain dynamics, about interconnectedness, about different kind of dimensions that physics deals with, the better this kind of understanding, this awareness about the field of study is, the better this person is going to be, the more productive this person is going to be in the field, right? So if Bob, the physicist, right, if Bob has a better understanding about physics, he's going to make better choices in these regards, right? He's going to be more effective in making choices. And in the same way, if Bob is a conscious physicist, right, he's going to make better choices in regards to people and himself, right? He's going to use his background knowledge, his understanding of the reasons for why he's making certain choices in pursuit of making even better choices, right? Because only if you're aware of the reasons for why you would do something in the first place are you actually able to take steps to make a better choice in the future. Now, there are many ways in which you can increase and deepen your level of awareness that you have about your life experience. And the typical one is, of course, talk therapy or coaching, where you like closely work with somebody who is displaying a deeper sense of consciousness, a deeper level of awareness about their life experience. And so they are able to help you gain in those regards. Another way, of course, is journaling. I talked about that in my last video, and the link you find in the description, of course. And what can also help is having deep conversations with the people around you. And of course, journaling is in a way having a deep conversation with yourself. But in order to cultivate that empathy for other people, it's very helpful to have deep conversations with others about, their kinds of beliefs, about what they deeply care about, their past experiences that might have significantly shaped who they are today. Right, and then another big one, certainly for me, is to engage in philosophy or learn about philosophical thinking, right? So the love of wisdom, really, which philosophy is. And philosophical thinking is very, very powerful. It certainly has been for me, because it enables you to greatly accelerate the kind of journey where you get a more accurate assessment of your life experience, right? Because consciousness really is about the accuracy, not only about the depth, but about the accuracy, right? It doesn't help to be conscious, to hold beliefs which are false. That doesn't qualify as consciousness, and it's certainly not going to have the effect of consciousness, which is going to be better choices and hence a more successful life, really, whatever that means to you. And if you're interested in getting into philosophy, which is a very, very beautiful field of study, I highly recommend a free book by Stefan Molyneux, which is called Essential Philosophy. And it really delves into all the foundational aspects of philosophy, like morals and answering the question of what is true and how do we know what is true. So that's certainly worth checking out. Now, to close up, I'd like to brush on ways that a lot of people think they can gain consciousness. And that's first and foremost meditation, but also exercise. And so meditation is very central, I think, to the New Age movement, right? So to raise your level of consciousness, to really become calm and this kind of peaceful individual. But I would put forward that meditation is not actually going to really help you become more conscious in the way that it really should, which is to bring about a better understanding of your life experience. But meditation is really training you to become peaceful. So a conscious person, right, a person who has really worked for that, is generally more calm than an unconscious person who is easily triggered and easily gets into different moods, right? Switches moods because it's more like somebody being pushed around rather than somebody who has taken control or is in control in the moment. And so meditation really is training you to calm your mind without actually solving the causes that make your mind, restless, that make your thoughts come back, that make you feel anxious. It's training you to ignore that and gain the peace that really would be the result of the more difficult but more rewarding process of getting of self-exploration, of working out the causes of these kinds of issues that are presenting themselves. Now, exercise is going to leave you in a more calm state after you did it, because the brain is going to have decreased activity in order to aid in the recovery of the body. And so in the same way that meditation really aims to achieve the effect by skipping the real work that it would be necessary to become conscious, exercise is getting that peacefulness, not through a way that is going to ensure that the that you are going to be more conscious and calm really in the future without needing either meditation or exercise. Repeatedly engaging in meditation and exercise, I would argue that this could even hinder your personal development, in that it masks the actual cause of the symptoms that you want to fight, in the same way that taking medication is going to keep you making bad choices that have led up to the need to take medication in the first place, right? It's not solving the cause of the problem, but it's addressing the symptom. Now, I hope this video has been helpful. I am offering coaching for free, so if you're interested in that, we can have a conversation as long as you want. We can keep it private, or we can publish it in order to allow other people to profit from our conversation. So all the details are online. You can send me an email or fill out the form. The website is coherentlifecoaching.com. So thanks for watching. And if you liked the video, if it was helpful, please leave a like. That would be much appreciated. Thanks for watching, and take care.